It's safe to say that in 2023 we are all accustomed to the influencer lifestyle. We've all seen somebody on the internet that's got a fancy car, a lovely house, and a beautiful watch. The thing is, this is something that's pushed upon us as the epitome of success. We're told that this is what we should strive to in life, and this is ultimately the end goal, something that we should all aim to achieve. And this has got me thinking a lot in the last couple of days, because whilst my whole channel is kind of dedicated to business and success in that field, let's talk about what success really means in this field. Because this is something which I've really been trying to crack over the last year as I've started growing my businesses and starting to outlook more to what I genuinely want in the future. And this really is an interesting topic. Because we're told that we should have these lovely cars that cost hundreds of thousands and these $1,000,000 mansions. But is this what everybody wants? I think this is where it gets a little bit confusing in a lot of people's eyes, because we're told one thing on the internet, but this may go directly against what we believe in, and there's so many influencers pushing this message of success. Now, I obviously believe that everybody should aim to be successful, but this is the thing, what does success truly look like? One guy might be driving a Lamborghini and he might be successful in his own opinion. The next guy might be driving a Lamborghini and he might hate it. It's nothing even to do with a car. The thing is, if you're driving a car that costs £200,000-300,000 or dollars, how did you earn that money in the first place? It probably wasn't easy. And this is a big thing that I want to focus on when we talk about this. The separation between the end goal and the process to get there. Because this is a big separation point which a lot of people really do need to focus on. And that's going to be the discussion for this video. Because here's the thing. Not everybody wants all of these flashy items, and not everybody wants to have their own business. Not everybody even wants the idea of financial freedom, where you don't have to work a job. Some people love their job. And we're told that this is wrong. Admittedly, it's not right for everybody, but it is not a wrong concept to not want to do these things. And by believing it is wrong, we're just putting ourselves into another concept, another box, another matrix, if you will. There's a lot of talk about escape the matrix, and the thing is, if you're going from the matrix of the 9 to 5, working a random job, to going all the way out there and actually starting your own business, you are still in a matrix, a different one, but you're still working in some sort of a matrix. And that's the thing. Unfortunately, you're always going to be in the confines of something. So the question quickly becomes then, what do you want in your life? It shouldn't be what somebody tells you to want. It shouldn't be what somebody tells you to aspire to. It should be what you genuinely want out of your life. If your idea of a good life is sitting on a beach somewhere and not really having much money, but you're having a really fun time, why not go and achieve that? You shouldn't then aspire to have a $1,000,000 portfolio of stocks or something like that, because it's just not what you want. You should thoroughly aim to what you truly believe is best for you. I think this is why a lot of people are starting to get a bit frustrated with life, because we see this on the internet and we are then told that we must achieve this. And the thing is, it's not that easy. I'll be the first one to say it's not impossible to try and make some money either online or do better in your job or make more money there, but the thing is, it's not for everybody. Some people are just happy where they are. Now, this has got me thinking about what I personally and truly want from life. I must say, for me, I am sort of inspired by some of the more fancy high-end things. I'm always a big enthusiast of cars, and I always have been, so that is something that does personally appeal to me. I'm also a big fan of the process of business. Like right now, I'm dealing with a couple of issues with my business, my watch selling business, which is my main business, or was for the past couple of months. I'm dealing with a few issues there, and it's really got me thinking about, like, what does this mean? What does it mean to be a business person? But I have to say, for me, I love it. I love the process. There are challenges and I love overcoming them and fixing them. Now the next person would look at the challenges which I've had to overcome in the last couple of weeks, and more so even bigger business challenges, and they'll say, you know what, I have no ambition to sort this out. And that's not necessarily wrong. But the thing is, if you want to be rich and successful in that regard, you will have to face some challenge to get there. So whilst we do have a niche of hardworking people who run businesses who watch this channel, there are going to be some people watching right now who say, actually, no, I don't want that. I don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. worrying about my business, checking my phone to see I've got a couple of notifications which are going to give me trouble the minute I get cracking on with the work. But that's not wrong. You just have to accept the lifestyle that comes along with that. Like if you want a multi-million lifestyle, it's going to require a lot of work. If you want a pretty basic lifestyle, whether that's somewhere where you can get a lot of value for money, or even living somewhere like the UK where things are quite expensive, but you're happy with where you are, there is nothing wrong with that. So what does success really mean? And I think at this point of the video, we're really getting around to what I want to discuss and how we ultimately tie this all back together. Success is not about how people perceive you, because you live your life. Other people don't wake up and feel what it feels like to be you. Whether you are happy or sad in your day-to-day life is up to you. You can do decisions to ultimately influence this in the long run and even in the short term. So the question is then, how do you get to that point? It does require a lot of internal search, because you may realize that this lifestyle advertised on the internet isn't what you want. It might genuinely not be your ambition to get these things, and there's nothing at all wrong with that. But the thing is, what do you want? And how do you achieve it? And how do you break away from the mental cycle of being told, this is what we need to achieve, this is what we need to achieve? Because ultimately, it's just the high end of consumerism. I will say it, I'm a big fan of buying things that make me feel nice, and that make me feel like I've accomplished something by working for them. With that being said though, most luxury items are of status and help a capitalistic society and economy. With that being said, a lot of items quickly become irrelevant. Like if you've got a brand new 23 car, in a couple of years that's now an old car and depreciation's happened. I'm filming this video on an iPhone 14. Next month the iPhone 15 is coming out and this is going to be an old phone. So what are you really keeping up with? I'm not saying that lifestyle is not worth achieving, because if you want it, it is something that you should strive to. And personally, I do want it. But the question is, for those watching, do you want the luxury cars, the luxury houses, or have you just been told that you want it by the internet, by social media influencers who probably want to sell you a course? That's what you have to ask. That's what you have to look inside to think about. So if you enjoy this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe. We do make videos related to business and lifestyle, and I want to more and more discuss what it means mentally to run a business and to be successful. Because there's so much talk about materialistic goods, and people get there and it doesn't always make them feel happy. So the question is, what do you want? Hopefully you'll join us on this journey to discover that and answer that topic by subscribing, and I do hope to see you in our next video.